Small streamers, you gotta stop doing this and you'll actually start to grow. I see the same problem happening over and over and over again. So it's tough love time now. It might hurt to hear, but this is actually gonna help your channel. So let's fix it. You know me already, I'm lazy but super efficient. So I've broken it down into 4 easy steps that you can follow along. First step is you gotta stop streaming to 0 viewers. The only person that's hurting is you. When you're streaming to 0 viewers and you actually wanna grow your channel, your time is essentially being wasted because you're just praying that viewers are gonna scroll through all of these different streamers and click on you and watch you, which is essentially like winning the lottery. So instead of streaming to 0 viewers without a plan, we're gonna take whatever time we're streaming right now and cut it in half, if not more. Because the secret to growing these days as a streamer isn't by spending 4 hours streaming Fortnite to nobody. And you probably already know that. It's by taking advantage of things that already work. And the easiest one is making short form content for platforms like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels. Because unlike spending hours creating streaming content like this for nobody to watch, these other platforms are literally built to get you discovered. And you can see if you zoom in here that I've gotten collectively between all of my socials, Instagram Reels, as well as YouTube Shorts over here, they have collectively gotten me millions of views, which Twitch could never do. And this might seem really intimidating because you've not created clips before. And that's completely normal because that's a content creator instead of a streamer. So you're not really gonna know what you're doing at first. And you're probably gonna waste a lot of time learning how to do everything. But lucky for us, we have things like AI to help us out. So we'll just let it handle majority of the work so we don't have to, which in turn is gonna make our lives a million times easier and save us so much time, especially using tools like Nexus Clips, who was nice enough to sponsor this very short segment of the video. All you do is sign in Nexus Clips, link your YouTube or Twitch account, then you do your stream, then you'll get an email when your clips are all ready, and it'll give you so many different clips to use and tell you why they think they'll be good clips. So you'll simply click on a clip, you can trim it, you can change the layout, you can change the captions, and once it's all nice looking pretty, then you can either download it and upload it yourself, or you can connect your TikTok or YouTube and upload it from there. And doing this consistently will get us more and more eyes on our content, because at the end of the day, content creation is all about consistency. So if you want to take your stream to the next level, then use my discount code down below. So if you haven't figured it out by now, step 2 is going to be creating clips, because as you can see here, we have millions collectively views on all of our short form content across YouTube, Instagram Reels, and TikTok, which is essentially going to give us all this free traffic to bring over to our streams, which in turn is going to help us grow. And you can create these clips using tools like Nexus Clips, or you can also create them yourselves using OBS Replay Buffer, which I'll show you how to do at the end of the video, which even combines using OBS Replay Buffer and Nexus Clips, which is a freaking game changer, but I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. So right now, all you need to know is that you need to be making clips because it's such a better use of your time instead of streaming to no one. So moving on to step number 3, and that's making them good clips. Now, what the heck is a good clip, and isn't that super subjective? Absolutely it is. But the problem that majority of streamers face when they get to this step is like, oh, I'm just gonna start making clips and just spraying them out into the ether and hope that people watch it. And that's where their downfall is, because they're essentially wasting their time at that point. Let me show you what I mean. This is my gaming YouTube channel, which I essentially just use for experiments for these videos. And I want us to take a look at a lot of these different short form videos that we've made. You can see that some of these videos have performed quite well with 6,000, 7,000, 14,000 views. But you can also see that we have a bunch of really sloppy ones that got, let's say, 85 views, another 85 views, couple hundred views, 72 views. So it's really a mixed bag. So let's take a look at what I see happening all over the place. If we click on this video, this one says homie got yeeted. I'll click on it. So you can see that we got our little hook right here, homie got yeeted. Then we have our animated subtitles, and then we have the thing that happens, reacting, blah, blah, blah. And then we have the little cutoff here. So this is what I see happen all the time. And this is why it only has 700 views. I know a lot of people get stuck at under 100 or under 300, which is great because we passed that point, but this isn't getting to the thousands where we kind of need it to be. And this is the trap where I like to call the magician trap, because what happens is you're going to go and do your stream as you normally do, or record offline, whatever you want. And then you end your stream and you're like, okay, well, now I need to have some clips from that stream I just did and post them to places like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram. And the reason I call it the magician trap is because you're trying to make something out of nothing. You're trying to make a good moment just appear. When really, when you're going into your streams, you should have the idea of, hey, I need to get some good clips out of this. So you're going to think about the way that you narrate. You're going to think about the way that you approach the gameplay. You're going to think about all that stuff during your stream instead of doing your stream and then trying to make something out of nothing. And I'll be honest with you guys, this entire stream that I did here, I had no plans for clips, and you can see the results here. These are all from the same stream. We got 500 views, 700 views, 800 views, 500 views, 2,200 views. That was pretty decent. Then we had 7,700 views. And so you can kind of see, like, sometimes you'll have some banger moments during the stream when you're not planning on it. Like these two were pretty good, but then I'm like, all right, I I need 5 more clips. And so then I'm trying to do the magician trick where it's making something out of nothing. So you can get occasional good clips without a plan, but think about it this way. If you went into the stream with a plan, you could have 7 out of 7 banger clips instead of just having the 2. We're really just about stacking the deck in your favor at this point. And bringing it back to step number 3, and that's making good clips. This is super subjective, and this literally branches out to so many different avenues. So it could just be the funniest moments that happened during your stream, but also a different approach that I took was also including the visual hook of your game. So I decided to make clips of wacky games that you wouldn't normally see every day. And you can see this game right here, a frog playing only up, a frog playing only up. These two, probably the top 2 shorts that I have, if not like the top 10 on the gaming channel. And that's simply because you click on it and you're like, oh my God, what is this? It's a frog playing on a freaking plane that's fallen off. And then there's epic music playing as well. There's just so much action. You don't see this every day. So this stops people from scrolling every 2 seconds. You're like, oh, this is something new. I haven't seen that. And so this is technically a good clip in my eyes, not only because it got a lot of views, but also it just stopped the viewer from scrolling. And the approach that I'm taking in these specific clips is capturing gameplay from a game that you wouldn't normally see every day. Same thing with these clips right here. So if I click on this one, you're literally playing as a guy in a bathtub. You're driving a bathtub, trying to traverse these really difficult containers. It's basically only up trying to get to the top. And so people are semi-familiar with only up or like these very difficult jumping games, but then they're like, oh my God, is he driving a bathtub? That's another scroll stopper. So you really just have to think about what kind of clips and streams you're gonna do to make them good. And in this case, I'm playing very indie original games that make you want to stop scrolling because you're like, oh my God, what is this? I haven't seen this before. And there's so many different angles that you can take on that. It could be funny, it could be unique like these, but also if we go to my main YouTube channel that you're watching right now, there's also a great approach, which I like to call the variety approach when making these short form content clips. And so the variety approach that I like to do is literally different styles of shorts. So for this short right here with over 100,000 views, this is a value short because I'm giving a tutorial or a guide on how to do something. It's educational and the viewer is going to be learning something. And for this short right here, this is a meme short. So literally I saw this format somewhere else and then I twisted it into the streaming realm, and it's basically a joke / meme format. And the one next to this is just a straight up original meme joke that I made. So I came up with the script, I came up with everything. I thought it would be funny and I posted it. And then the one down here is more of an emotional, inspirational type of video because this one's like, nobody warns you about this when you start streaming, and it's a long caption talking about like the pitfalls and things that are a little more emotional about the streaming side. So maybe like the dark side of streaming, I guess you could say. And so I've been experimenting with all these different varieties. So we have inspirational, emotional, we have original content, like funny content / jokes. Then we have meme format. So you have different memes going around that are viral memes. And then we have value. So like educational guides. And so there's a lot of other ones too that you could do, but these are the ones that I've been experimenting with on my channel. So you don't necessarily have to trap yourself into a gameplay niche, but I'm just trying to tell you there's so many different versions of short form content that you do that you don't need to be pinned to a corner. You just got to be a little creative. And step number 4, and this is so freaking crucial, and that's posting them to all platforms. And by all platforms, I mean YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok at the bare minimum. And let me show you why this is so important, because so many of you are like, well, I'm posting to Shorts and TikTok, but not Instagram. And let me show you why you're messing up. So back on the YouTube channel, right? This is my main YouTube channel, 140,000 subscribers. You'd think I'd have the most traffic on this, right? So this video right here, am I the only one? This is that meme viral format, 15,000 views, okay? So if I had just posted this video, I just have gotten 15,000 views. Now you take that same exact video, literally no changes, post it on Instagram and TikTok, and let me show you the difference. Over on TikTok, I only have 14,500 followers, and so that video, where is it? Right here, 145,000 views. So if I had just posted to TikTok and YouTube, I'd have about 160,000 views, give or take, which is pretty freaking good. However, let's check Instagram. I restarted my Instagram recently, so I'm only at 4,500 followers, so go follow me over on Instagram. But check out the same exact video. This is my #1 watched video on Instagram of all time, closing in at almost 400,000 views, which is more than Shorts and TikTok combined. So if I just had the approach of, oh, well, I don't want to post to Instagram, I don't have any followers, I don't have a following or whatever, which I really don't compared to everyone else, I would have missed out on almost 500,000 views just from this video alone on Instagram. So it is absolutely crucial that you guys are posting to all these platforms, because you don't know which ones are going to resonate with people better on a different platform. Because sometimes they'll flop on other platforms and sometimes they'll perform. Like this most recent one, 120K, that's really good on Instagram. On TikTok, same video, 121K, really good. And then on YouTube, 128K, which is really good, which honestly honestly is very rare for me to have all three do really well. So this is kind of an anomaly, so we'll take it. But really, this is why you guys need to be posting to all three of those platforms at least, because they're the most useful for your time, in my experience, to post to. And I know a lot of this can seem super overwhelming. So if you want my help, someone who's been doing this for almost a decade, you should check out my free streamers masterclass. It's linked in my bio pretty much everywhere. Get a bunch of really useful free information, and we talk about my bootcamp, which may or may not be right for you. So feel free to check out that free masterclass. But really what I want you guys to do is to stop streaming to 0 viewers, take that extra time that you're getting to create clips, make them actual good clips that people want to watch instead of just dumping them on the internet hoping that people will watch, and then posting them to all platforms, because you don't know where it's going to resonate the most, even if you have barely any followers on one of the platforms. So if you're ready to actually grow your channel and start getting real viewers, I teach you how to use the OBS replay buffer to efficiently get clips from your stream, as well as combining it with Nexus clips if you want to make it even more efficient, in this video to the side right here. So feel free to watch that video. My name's Cody, and I will see you in the next one.